Okay, excited. Now, courtroom drama, I mean, it's not really courtroom, it's like a jury room, but I mean, we have to talk about 12 Angry Men, of course, right?
Well, Yuki, so I got a list here.
Uh-huh.
Two lists actually, and
Yeah,
number one is 12 Angry Men, so that's a great place to start.
right.
I mean, look, yeah, it is a courtroom drama because it's not, you can't like discern between courtroom drama or jury room drama. I mean, there would be only like three jury room dramas, I'm sure.
it's, it's all the same building in the courtroom, right? I mean, building.
It's the same. That's like, splitting hairs. Like you just courtroom dramas, anything that has to do with the legal system, I would say. And it doesn't have to always be confined to the courtroom. So for instance, the movie The Verdict with Paul Newman, a lot of the action and things, or And Justice for All with Al Pacino, which we'll get into. A lot of the scenes in those movies don't just happen in the courtroom. They happen at a restaurant, in a home, and a this and that. So with 12 Angry Men, I think that's even closer to the courtroom. So we'll have to But yeah, 12 Angry Men, directed by the great Sidney Lumet.
Sidney Lumet, yes.
Lumet.
And then this is basically a stage play.
That's right.
The one room setting. So I really like that. Yeah, and then all the 12 people discussing, guilty or not guilty, and then I saw. No, when I was thinking, like, why 12? Is that coming from Christian 12 Last Supper people?
Oh, that's interesting. Let's look up why 12 jurors, because I actually don't know why exactly 12. I know that it's supposed to be a jury of your peers, so people who are in society with you, who are along the same lines as you, are judging you essentially. And they're supposed to be judging the facts of the case. But why 12 jurors is a great question. And I don't think it would be a religious thing.
Yeah, I thought that the 12 coming from those 12 people in the Last Supper. That's why they got the number 12.
Okay, this says here, the 12-person jury is a tradition tracing back to at least 1066, when William the Conqueror brought the practice of trial by jury in civil and criminal cases to England. 5 jurors initially they were more like witnesses, that they were picked because they knew something about the facts. By the 1500s, they had added up to 6. Jurors no longer decided cases based on their own knowledge, but based on the information they received in court. Over time, they added more, 7, 8, 9. And then just throughout the evolution in the English civil jury system, the traditional number of jurors reached 12 and then just held a constant 12. So this doesn't say exactly why, but it did start earlier with 6 people and led up to 12 over the years. So yeah, it seems that the tradition of having 12, yeah, it originated back in 1066.
Wow.
The first trial by jury, but they were part of the case, I guess. They had some knowledge or witnesses or something like that. I think it makes a lot of sense that you get impartial jurors though now. Like that, you can't have somebody coming in with a predetermined judgment on the case, because then most motherfuckers would be guilty.
But I mean, isn't it scary? Those 12 people, nothing to do with the law, or just to make a judgment.
Well, that's why they have the pre-trial, where the lawyers get together and they interview people. That's why you go to jury duty, right? You go to jury duty. I have an experience with jury duty. I could tell you all about it and how it worked and how the steps ran through. But the lawyers essentially interview hundreds of people in order to figure out who would be the best to be impartial, to not judge predetermined, or who might have, or a lawyer might try to find somebody who has some sort of sympathy with the defendant. Like they might find somebody, like, for instance, okay, when I was on a jury, I went to jury duty, and the case that I got added to, and I was picked as a juror, was a lawsuit against a school. This Indian boy and his father were suing a school district because the boy got hurt in gym class.
Right.
Now, it was more complicated than that, because it turned out to be that the boy was also a wrestler on the wrestling team, and that his coach was the gym coach, and they had a few extra minutes with a bunch of wrestlers in an actual gym class during the day, not at a wrestling practice. It was during the day at gym class, and he had his wrestlers do a few drills while they were waiting for the period to end, and supposedly in that time, the boy got hurt. So the father's excuse to sue the school was, okay, you're not supposed to have my son not wrestling on time that's not the wrestling time. So he was saying that the gym teacher, or even though he was the wrestling coach, was negligent against his son because he had him wrestle during the school day. It was all ridiculous. And I had to sit there for a whole week listening to this case. And, like, honestly, it just went on and on and on. And the guy who was the prosecutor, who was going after the school, literally printed out almost the entire handbook of the school, and had these big cardboard cutouts of the handbook, and would show them as Exhibit A, Exhibit B, and just reading these really just dry entries from the handbook saying this and that and the other thing. And it just took forever. And I mean, I withheld my judgment until I heard all the facts of the case. They had the principal of the school come up and defend the gym teacher. They had the gym teacher come up and defend himself. They didn't put the boy on the stand, which I thought was interesting. I think they should have, because maybe if he told his own story instead of having all these adults tell his story, I might have had more sympathy with the boy if he said, yes, the gym teacher was negligent or whatever. But they didn't do that. They just had all the adults in the room tell the story. The guy who was defending the school district was very good. He was this Italian guy, Italian lawyer, who was basically like, hey, this is all bullshit. Fuck this shit. Like, that was his attitude, was like, he wasn't negligent. You know, he's the gym teacher. He's the coach. And after, I think it was about 5 days, we all went into a room and did the 12 Angry Men thing. Where we all sort of debated the facts of the case and went back and forth. And it was weird because not everybody, there was like 2 holdouts, but everybody else believed that there was no negligence showed, that the school district was fine. The gym teacher did what he was supposed to do. The boy got hurt. It was just a freak accident. There was no like malice, none of that. But there were 2 people who were undecided. So we had to sort of make those people believe in our argument. So we argued for a few hours, and this one black lady was just like, I don't believe it. I don't know. And then finally she came around and was like, all right, I see what you guys are saying. Let's do a verdict of not guilty. And then we went back into the room, and the judge said, read out the verdict. We had like the head of the jury read it out. But then the weirdest thing happened is that the judge said, okay, I'm going to go down the line and point at each juror, and I want you to tell me what your decision was. And I was like, is that, what the fuck is that supposed to, I thought that the head of the jury was just supposed to read it and that was it. But they went down, and the black lady said, I was undecided. So in my opinion, I thought that was like how you fucking ruin a trial. If a jury can't come together and make a decision and she's undecided, then isn't that a mistrial? But then they just accepted the collective decision, and it was over.
Those verdicts are supposed to be 12-0, right? I mean,
Right, you can't have any undecided. You have to have a unanimous decision, and if you
Right.
don't come to a unanimous decision, you're supposed to stay and argue the facts of the case until everybody's either convinced or not convinced. And then that's why it's a mistrial if you don't have everybody on the same page.
Right. But you guys had the verdict, then.
And then she said afterwards, I was undecided. So, but I guess they didn't overturn the collective jury decision. But the fact that the judge made us all say what our decision was quite, honestly, it was quite weird because I never saw or heard of that. Maybe that's how it happens in smaller trials, but it was weird. And then afterwards, we're all like kind of walking out, and the Italian lawyer's like, "Hey, of course we won, hey." And he like came up to us and thanked us. And then in the distance, I saw the other lawyer carrying his big cardboard, dropping them. They were huge, and I just felt so bad for him. So I don't know. But honestly, it was bullshit. It was like kind of a bullshit case, but it took forever. So, and then I went last week. I had jury duty again, and they didn't call my number. Yeah, well, I got called. That the trial that I just explained to you was literally like 12 years ago. I mean,
Oh, okay.
And I think that it's weird because I was reading when I got called for jury duty. I was kind of reading like how long if I don't get called or if I don't get chosen this time, and it says 3 to 6 years. So hopefully I'm off the hook.
Oh.
Because I didn't get put on a trial this time.
So they interview you, so many people, then pick 12. So you can really, I want to be, juror, they mean try to do.
Well, so it was interesting. When it started, and I got pulled into like a second. So I went there, and you go to the courthouse, and you sort of have this like general area where you sit down and you wait. Then they call into a side chamber, like 50 people, maybe more. And they seat them around. And the two lawyers who ended up trying doing the trial asked a bunch of us questions in general. So they would ask like general questions about your background, about where you went to school, things like that. And then they would go specifically to each person. They came to me, and I think I got chosen on the trial because I was very honest. There were some people who were being very mean and angry and like, I don't want to be here. Fuck this shit. Like you could tell that they were trying to get out of it as much as they could. But you have to, in that situation, answer honestly or else you get in trouble. So I was just very calm, cool, collected. Any question that they asked of me, I was very honest. And I think I got asked to be on the jury because I told them that I went to Chaminade, which is an all-boys Catholic school, which is pretty prestigious, right by where that courthouse was. And they were both like, "Oh, Chaminade, really? Oh." It was like, fuck, I should have said I went to like some shitty public school. So I forgot what the other questions like, what do you do for a living? Where do you currently reside? What town do you live? Those general things. But yeah, Chaminade perked up their ears.
Why so many people don't want to be there? I mean, because you have to take time from work or school.
Oh, it's a total disruption of your life if you get chosen. I mean, luckily at that time, I think I was just an intern for Trauma. I'm pretty sure that happened at the same time. So I wasn't even getting paid at Trauma. So I made $40 a day. So I was happy.
More than being the intern.
I made more at jury duty, $40 a day than I made at fucking Trauma, probably even when I was actually getting paid. So I was fine with it because I was like, all right, this is interesting because I after the initial like, oh, fuck, I got to do this. Then once I started to go into the process, it was actually kind of interesting. And then the people that were in my circle of jurors, they were sort of interesting. Like we would talk and it was just all different people I wouldn't normally get to interact with, like moms and, angry people or rednecks. It was like a whole weird group of people. And I just kind of like enjoyed the process until the trial was just so boring and so long. So in my mind, I was just like, reliving 12 Angry Men or something. I was just like kind of thinking of other things the whole time,
It's really 12 angry people.
Yeah, there was one heated exchange in the room between these two women who one of them was like, we just want to get out of here, and we all know that he's not that there was no negligence, and why are you taking so long to make this decision? And the other one was like, I'm allowed to make my decision however I want to make. They had like a big anger fight.
Wow, just like a movie.
Yeah, it was kind of like a movie, and I don't even know if I'm supposed to even be telling you this. Like, I don't know if I signed anything that says you can't talk about the case after it's done. I don't know what the fuck. So I might be perjuring myself right now telling you
that's
this.
12 years ago, right?
Yeah, oh, it's a long time ago, and nobody would know, but I really don't know the rules if I'm not supposed to even speak about it. I think you definitely aren't supposed to speak about it when it's happening. So I would come home and speak to, say, my mother and father. You're not supposed to even mention what the fuck is going on. And I didn't. I actually did keep my my specific duties very clean. I didn't dirty the waters by telling people about it until after it was over.
But I mean, it's just the father suing the school. It's different from like murder case.
I
right?
know. Oh no, forget it. Like if somebody's life was on the line and I was on a jury and I had to judge that person or judge if there was wrongdoing, I would really take that so seriously because that's a different story. Yeah, you're right. It's like kind of like a joke suing a school district because I felt after a little bit that the father was just trying to make a cash grab, and I have a feeling he was just like, oh, the school's just going to settle and give us like $100,000 or something. But I think they were suing for millions. And
Wow.
that's what sort of made it more ridiculous to me. I was like, come on, $1 million. The kid sprained his ankle or something. It wasn't even, he didn't even break a bone.
I see. He
Anyway,
just father wanted the money. Then
father wanted money. The boy definitely didn't want to be there. It was like,
right.
Yeah. So, all right, back to actual courtroom. That was my courtroom drama, my real life courtroom drama. But 12 Angry Men. So yeah, it was like I experienced that sort of thing, and it was very cool. But what a cast, right? Henry Fonda.
Right.
We got E.G. Marshall. Yeah, Lee J. Cobb. Jack Klugman. That's the
Jack Klugman, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Jack Warden, Ed Begley.
Yes. And then Martin Balsam.
There's so many fun and I guess it's on the list but not as high. Is Friedkin did a remake.
Right, for the
William Friedkin, the great Exorcist director.
George C. Scott was in it.
George C. Scott and a young James Gandolfini.
Yeah.
Pre-Sopranos. And apparently it's very good. It's got very high ratings. And he said he didn't want to reinvent the wheel. I read about, because it's in his autobiography with the Friedkin connection. I highly recommend that for everybody. Liz Shack turned me on to it. It's a great autobiography. Like, he reads it himself and he gets into it. And he said he didn't want to reinvent the wheel. He just wanted to present the text as it was and just shoot it sort of flat without any bells and whistles, and let the acting tell the story.
And there's a Russian remake called 12.
You're kidding, really? Is it good? Did you see it?
That was good. It's a straight remake, and then even more serious. I mean, it's yeah.
How do you get more serious?
I felt more scary than, original 12 Angry. So, I mean, the original one was, not even, it's serious story, but even more serious in Russian version. And then look even darker. The cinematography is just lots darker than.
Oh, I'm seeing it here. Yeah, 12 from 2007.
Right, 12, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to check that out, Yuki. That's cool.
Yes.
Because it's probably interesting that it's more, I mean, with being Russian, it's probably, it's more social, political with them, that they've grafted it onto their society. And I would like to see how they interpreted it for a Russian case.
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
And then there's also Japanese remake called Gentle 12.
What? Really? Why gentle?
Okay, Gentle 12, the little bit, more, lots of personality. And then instead of talking about, from guilty to not guilty, Japanese version is not guilty, becoming guilty, then becoming not guilty.
Oh, okay. So they have more of a roller coaster ride in what?
Right. So a little interesting, and then more comical way. I mean, it's not a comedy, but it's a little funnier.
Funnier than 12 Angry Men, which is the funniest comedy of the year.
Well, I mean, original was nothing funny about it, right? But the Japanese version is not comedy, but funny. Something. Oh, have you seen Shall We Dance?
No. Is it good?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not comedy, but that's a funny moment. So
Quirky, like more eccentric, right?
eccentric, and then so maybe that's maybe Japanese nationality. Then I mean, it's not a comedy, but it's
yeah. I agree. You're a quirky motherfucker. So if it's based on your culture,
if you have a chance, maybe those 12 and then Gentle 12. Maybe you may find interesting, little different from the original one.
Absolutely, so I would love to check out how different cultures interpret that story. That's great. Thank you, Yuki. I'm going to look that up for show. Now, on this list, the next one that comes up, I don't know if this is in like a ranked order, but the next one that comes up is Paths of Glory by Stanley Kubrick. And that's another one where the first half has nothing to do with the courtroom. And then the big like courtroom scene comes later after the action of the first half or even the first 2/3 of the movie. And those are powerful scenes. I mean, that Paths of Glory, if you haven't seen it, I put it up there with any Kubrick masterpiece. It's just that good.
And then Australian movie like a Breaker Morant, that's like beginning different story. Then second half is like a courtroom and about the soldier. He did this, he didn't do this kind of thing.
Yes, and the great what's his name, Kirk Douglas, great in that movie. And there's a Tales from the Crypt episode that is sort of like Paths of Glory, where I think it's called Yellow, and it's Kirk Douglas and his son, not Michael Douglas, his other son. And it's all about how this guy, the Kirk Douglas's son, as a soldier, abandons his post, and then they put him on trial. But did he or didn't he? And Kirk Douglas is his father in the story too. And then do they find him guilty? Do they not? But it's a Tales from the Crypt, so there's a twist to it. It's very good. It's very good.
Well, Kubrick likes that too, like the Fullmetal Jacket, like a first half and the second half are like a totally two different movies.
Completely two different movies, to the point where sometimes I wouldn't even watch the second half. I would just watch the first half with the military boot camp.
Right.
And then be like, all right, that's the end of the movie. Pyle's dead. I'm out. But I like the second half. It's more it's more psychedelic or strange, or it's weirder than the first half. The first half is very intense. I just want to mention real quick that in Paths of Glory, one of the soldiers who's accused and put on trial is a guy named Timothy Carey. Timothy Carey, Carey. The reason I'm mentioning this guy is because he made a movie of his own that he directed, wrote, produced, everything. It's a movie called The World's Greatest Sinner. Now, this isn't a courtroom drama, but this is a super underrated cult movie from the 60s. It's on the Criterion Channel right now. And this dude is a fucking great actor. I don't know why he didn't go further than he did. Maybe he had issues. I don't know. I didn't read up on him. But he went from Paths of Glory and did an all-time great performance for Kubrick, and then made his own movie in the 60s, The World's Greatest Sinner. Highly, highly recommend checking that out. And it looks like he was in The Killing as well, which...
So he was the Kubrick regular.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, yeah, The Killing. Yeah, exactly. He must have impressed Kubrick in some way. But yeah, that's a harrowing Paths of Glory. We don't have to spoil it, but what a fucking powerful statement on war and just loyalty and the duty and oh my God.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean? Okay, you've never seen it?
No. I see it, but I've seen it, but last time I saw was a long time ago. Maybe I should see it again.
Oh yeah, Paths of Glory is it's such a. All right, next on this list here, Yuki, is To Kill a Mockingbird.
To Kill a Mockingbird. That's one of the book is great too, right? First of all, Harper Lee. To Kill.
Harper Lee.
This is it's not just a courtroom drama. It's about this girl growing up, like coming out of age, with a background, and then her life experience through the trial, I think.
Right, how her life is affected by the trial. Her father's Atticus Finch, but I always remember the scene where the young man who's on trial says chifforobe. You know what a chifforobe is?
No, what the chifforobe?
It's like an armoire or like and that's what he said he was helping her carry the chifforobe into the house, and then she said that's when he used that opportunity to try to assault her.
Oh.
But I never knew what that word was, and they say it like 100 times in the movie. He's like, I was carrying the chifforobe. But yeah, Gregory Peck's maybe his finest hour. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought, but I liked Duvall.
Oh well, Duvall. I mean, Jesus Christ! Talk about a movie, a character that literally has like 3 minutes of screen time, but steals the goddamn movie almost from Gregory Peck with just those 3 minutes.
Yeah,
because it's one of those characters that they talk about the whole entire movie. Whole, like Kaiser Soze say in the Usual Suspects. They just talk about it. So it's almost like they're a character, even though you don't see them. They're like the main character. And then when they reveal it and it's as good as it is, what Radley does for the little girl is amazing.
Don't you have those experience like these kids, like some weird guy living in neighbor, and then you just go try to see it.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I could relate to that, because I did the same thing when I was a kid. There is a weird guy he was homeless, living in the neighbor. That was even before the term homeless. What we call it? We like a beggar or, something like that.
Yeah. But, and you and your friends tried to see him?
Right, because if you go to the park, he's sleeping. Sometimes he's jogging off, or So, we just looking at, and then
what did you call him? Spew Radley? Spew? He was spewing all over the place. Jesus Christ.
So, so when sometimes, he chasing us, run. So I really could relate to that girls going through, peeking neighbors and, like, ooh, something there type of thing. It's really, I think all the kids kind of go through that adventure experience, I think, Then,
absolutely. I had similar things all through my town, and there was multiple. There was like the house that never mowed its lawn. There was always everybody else's lawn, and Floral Park where I grew up was all manicured, beautiful bushes, trimmed, and this house was just overgrown, and everybody was like, who lives there, and why don't they fucking take care of their house? So that you would try to look in the window or pass by and see if anybody ever came out. There was another guy, and I feel bad for him. He had something wrong with his nose. I'm talking like there was multiple people like this, but his nose was like so overgrown that it was like a tumor. And every once in a
Wow.
while, like I would see him on the street and I would be like, oh my God, like what the fuck happened? And, my mother told me it was, some sort of a disease, but every time I saw him, it was almost like seeing Boo Radley.
Oh my God, that's scary.
He didn't save me. He didn't save my life or anything, but we tried to trick or treat at his house and somebody else came to the door.
Uh,
But yeah, there was like a lot of little urban legends in the town, and this one, that house is haunted. And yeah, as a kid, you go and you investigate,
right.
and that's what little what was the name in the Scout? The
What,
little girl's name in the movie was Scout, right? They called her
oh,
Scout.
yes.
Yeah,
Go.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
I saw the Broadway show a couple of years ago with Jeff Daniels.
Oh fuck! Jeff Daniels played Atticus Fish.
Yeah, but of course I like the movie more.
Yeah, but it's different. You got It was Broadway, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I would love to have seen that. I didn't realize that happened.
Oh, you
Damn.
missed it?
I
That was a
fucking
big
missed it, Yuki.
hit.
What, you didn't tell me, you fuck.
Well, I'm sorry. I thought you
I don't
knew.
know. I don't pay attention, Yuki. You think I pay attention to this shit?
Well,
Plus it's
you saw Wait Until Dark with Tarantino. I didn't see it.
that I
So
saw, but that was probably more like my mother was like, "Oh, we got to go see that." And I was like, "Okay, I don't care. I'll come. Yeah, sure." And then I loved it. So, all right, next on the list here, Yuki, unless you have any suggestions.
okay, just to give you three
All right, yeah, give him cuz
twist. Jagged, weakness for the prosecution, primal fear. Those are all twist ending.
and all great. Jagged Edge, that's got Gene Hackman, right?
No,
Which
Glenn
is
Close, Glenn Close, and then Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges. Oh yeah, Jagged Edge. Wait, what one am I thinking of? Probably like Extreme Measures or something. They had all those like '90s thrillers, and some of them all blend together.
Oh,
Jagged
the
Edge,
Gene Hackman. You're talking about the Runaway Jury.
Runaway Jury, maybe. Okay, but was Jagged Edge an original, or was that like a John Grisham?
That's the original. The Estejas. He wrote it.
Joe Esterhaus?
Joe Estejas. He
Holy
wrote it.
shit! Okay, so I got to revisit this because I feel like I've seen Jagged Edge, but now that you're telling me it doesn't have Hackman, maybe I'm misremembering. But if Joe Esterhaus wrote it, I'm all the way in. I just downloaded his audiobook, Hollywood Animal, and it's good. He says he slept with Sharon Stone. He tells all kinds of fucking stories.
Oh shit!
Because he's the writer of Basic Instinct and
Right.
Jade and a bunch of films.
The Showgirls.
Showgirls, yeah. Oh, but he did a courtroom drama. Okay, I'm gonna have to recheck because I like his movies. I think that they're very interesting, and he's a decent writer. So, but he was also at one time like the highest paid writer of all time, right? He made like
right. He
12
wrote the one page synopsis, One Night Stand, then he get paid $2 million.
for one page.
Yeah, one page synopsis.
Jesus Christ, Yuki.
See, if you hit maker, you get paid well.
That's true. All right, so Jagged Edge, I'm going to have to check out. But the other two I know for sure. Witness for the Prosecution is...
That Billy Wilder, film noir, courtroom drama, Murray Dietrich, and Tyrone Power.
Charles Lawton.
Charles Lawton, yes.
With the monocle when he's like... So he's like interrogating somebody, but he uses the light to reflect off the monocle to fucking distract the person he's questioning. So it gets them all confused and flustered. I thought that was amazing. Yeah. And then, yeah, you're right. Not to spoil anything, but that has like one of honestly, the greatest twists I've ever seen in a film. I had no idea it was coming. And now I just ruined it for everybody who's going to watch it because they're going to have an idea that it's coming. So maybe don't listen to this part. But it's so fucking good. And then what was the other one you said?
Primal Fear.
Oh, Primal Fear is great too. That was like Edward Norton's breakout, right?
Right. And then the movie really fooled me. Again, nobody saw that's coming.
Yeah. And you know, Richard Gere, man, he's solid in that movie too.
Right.
I remember watching that as a kid, and you know, as a kid, I wasn't necessarily into courtroom dramas per se. I wasn't seeking them out. But then when Primal Fear came on, it was just so captivating. I was like, what the fuck is this movie? And it really fooled me, and it really was suspenseful.
Yeah.
And
I really liked it. And then
yeah, the 90s had a lot of good courtroom drama sort of stuff. One that I think is super underrated that nobody talks about really anymore is A Time to Kill.
Oh, Time to Kill. That's a John Grisham.
That's a John Grisham, but that's the one with Matthew McConaughey, Samuel L. Jackson, Sandra Bullock. That one was really, I saw that in the theaters, and I thought it was great, and I'm surprised people don't talk about it more often.
I like that one more than The Firm.
Yeah, The Firm is good, and that's one that has Gene Hackman and it's got Tom Cruise. But
right.
There's something more suspenseful about A Time to Kill, even though you sort of know right up front what it is. They literally show you the crime, and then the whole rest of the movie is arguing whether or not the crime was wrong or right.
Right.
So there's something about that when you show an audience, and then the audience has to make its decisions. With The Firm, it was more nebulous. It's like, is it the mafia? What is it?
Right, like behind the scene in the law firm. So it's not really a courtroom drama. It's like a legal drama, but it's not the courtroom.
Right,
drama.
It's not really courtroom, and there's not a lot. I did read the book. I remember that was one of the first novels I ever read as a kid, and I thought it was good, but it wasn't like, I don't know, it was like a phenomenon at the time. Everybody was flipping out about The Firm. But I thought that some of John Grisham's other stuff was better.
Yeah.
Speaking of the 90s, another great courtroom drama, A Few Good Men, Yuki.
Few Good Men, yes.
I love
Jack
that film.
Nicholson.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson's fucking on fire in that movie.
You can handle the truth. And it's like,
another movie where the guy's on screen for 12 minutes and steals the entire goddamn film.
Yeah, that's like a old combination. I mean, it's courtroom, but it's military drama.
Yes.
So,
and a lot of also great actors in that: Kiefer Sutherland, Demi Moore, Kevin Pollak. A lot of stuff going on in that movie. But it's, if you haven't seen it, another also written by Aaron Sorkin.
Right.
Which, you know, he's got that fast-paced dialogue where it's everybody's talking over each other. They get like me and you, you know, you say, and you go, just spitting dialogue at each other. Any others that you think of, Yuki? Because I have a bunch.
Speaking of military courtrooms, I like High Crimes.
Which one is that? I don't know if I've seen that.
It's Ashley Judd and then Jim Cavell.
Oh shit! And then, I don't know this one.
Morgan Freeman, and then this retired soldier suddenly was arrested, and then he was accused of killing village people in South America.
Why? Because they were singing YMCA?
No.
You said village people. That's the first thing I think of. Oh, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean civilian. So actually turned out to be he was killer, like a government assassin.
Oh.
And his wife is a lawyer, but not a criminal lawyer. So he worked with Morgan Freeman. He is a military retired criminal attorney. So they team up together, then defend him. But
so Morgan Freeman and Ashley Judd reuniting because they were in that like Kiss the Girls movie
Kiss
together.
the Girl, yes.
Which came
But this
first?
was great. I think Kiss the Girl first.
Okay, but High Crime. So that sounds good because that sounds like a late '90s sleek.
Right.
Okay.
And then again, ending is big twist.
Oh, all right. I like that. Kind of like that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I like that shit. Here's one that makes me sick to my stomach. It makes me physically nauseated. Sleepers.
Sleepers?
Sleepers. You ever see that one?
Oh, Sleepers. The Woody Allen?
I wish. I wish it was the Woody Allen one. Sleeper. That's just Sleeper. That's singular. I love Sleeper. I think that's fucking brilliant. Hilarious. But no, Sleepers. It's directed by, I believe, Barry Levinson. Let me double check this.
Oh,
yes, Barry Levinson.
Levinson.
And it's got Robert De Niro, Kevin Bacon, Brad Pitt, Jason Patrick, all kinds of, and unfortunately, it's about these boys who are juvenile delinquents who get put into like a boys' home, and then basically Kevin Rapin. I was going to call him Kevin Rapin. Kevin Bacon rapes them over and over, and then they grow up and they put the one of the boys grows up. Two of the boys grow up. They see Kevin Bacon in a bar, and they're like, "What the fuck? That's the guy!" And then they shoot him, and then they go on trial. And then the whole movie is like whether or not they did the right thing by killing their rapist. Horrible, horrible fucking movie.
I saw it, but I don't remember.
Oh, you're better to block it off because there's scenes in that movie that are burned into my psyche that I could never get out of my head. Like Kevin Bacon, I can't even watch him in Footloose anymore because he fucking ruined Kevin Bacon for me. This horrible. But De Niro's in it. He plays a priest.
I see. I don't know why I don't remember. God,
because it's so fucking harrowing. You probably turned your mind off and says, "I don't want to remember. I will never remember." Well-made movie, but Jesus, fuck me sideways. That is a hard movie to watch. No pun intended. Okay, so let's see. Anything else? You got another?
Another rape.
No. Oh, yes, The Accused. Jesus Christ. Talk about another rape fiesta. I can't watch that movie without getting sick. It like makes me sick, that movie. And I remember I saw that way too young. I saw that movie when I was like 9 or 10. And I'm just watching Jodie Foster get abused on a pinball machine.
But I thought that was interesting because, if you rooting for it, as bad as a rapist, right? I mean, you should stop it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. Well, that's the conundrum of the movie in a way, part of it, right? Isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
So I think, who was Leo Rossi, the actor? He was the one rooting for the rapist, and then he got also guilty verdict, I think, if I remember
because they have the bunch of people cheering on who don't assault her, but they're kind of like, yeah, do it. And you're right, they're just as guilty as the person who is actually doing the deed.
Right, because you're supposed to stop it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a complicated movie, and very obviously Jodie Foster. What a performance.
I think she won the first Oscar, this one, right? The second one was Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And like, it's almost like Rashomon, right? Where they keep showing the same scene over and over and over again with different perspectives from different characters' point of views. Yeah. That I remember, I was a kid seeing that movie And while it was harrowing, I still really enjoyed it because I was like, wow, what a story that they're going to like find out if everybody was wrong or right or who did the right. You know, what a fucking idea. And then did you ever see the South Park that parodied it?
No, I'm sorry. I'm
Well,
not the science
I'll tell you real
person.
quick. This is what they did. So when Kingdom of the Crystal Skull came out,
Uh-huh.
the boys went to see it and they were all excited for a new Indiana Jones movie.
Right.
And they go in and they're watching the movie and they're fucking horrified at what they see on the screen, to the point where they think that George Lucas and Steven Spielberg raped Indiana Jones. And they start so they start to have these nightmares. And one of them is where George Lucas and Steven Spielberg see Indiana Jones and he's like by a pinball machine, and they rape him on the pinball machine like the accused.
Oh my God. South Park is always funny, and then sometimes it's ahead of the time, and then that show predict in the future.
It's over the top, man. They
Yeah.
they really did it. Let's see what else is on this list here.
Oh, and then go back to military thing. Judgment at the Nuremberg.
Oh, of course. I was going to get to that. Those were the two I was going to leave at the end. But let's talk about it now. Judgment at Nuremberg.
The something immunity court martial. What was that?
Oh, the Kane Mutiny Court Martial. That's kind of why this came up, because one of our episodes I explained that I had watched William Friedkin's last movie.
Well, his last movie, right?
Yeah, and that's the Kane Mutiny Court Martial. I really loved it. I thought Kiefer Sutherland was amazing in it. Right. All the actors were great. So I really like
the original though, right?
No, I still haven't seen the original, so I have to go back and watch the original. And I'm sure it's just as good, if not better. So yeah, definitely Kane Mutiny Court Martial. I recommend that for anybody who has Showtime or Paramount Plus. It's on there.
Right.
But Judgment at Nuremberg, let's talk this, Yuki, because there is some shit in this movie. Talk about a stacked cast. All right, I'm going to read some of the names. You got Spencer Tracy.
She was great. What was the actress?
Judy Garland.
Judy Garland. She was amazing in that movie.
She was amazing. Absolutely. That was like late stage Judy Garland just coming out and fucking redoing. So you got Burt Lancaster.
Right.
Richard Widmark.
James Stewart?
No, not Jimmy Stewart. You got William Shatner.
Oh, young William Shatner.
Young William Shatner. But most important of all, I think that the two people who are the most important in this film, not that everybody else isn't important. Of course, Spencer Tracy's made, all of them are amazing. You got Marlene Dietrich, but the two that are the most important in this film, obviously Judy Garland, but the great Montgomery Clift.
Clift. Yeah.
That performance in that movie by him is one of the greats. And again, we talk about somebody who comes in and steals the show. Those Judy Garland and Montgomery Clift come in and steal that goddamn fucking movie, to the point where I sort of remember the rest of it, but what I really remember is him and her on the stand doing their thing, just acting their balls off.
Those amazing. I mean, you don't need to. I mean, short time. You can steal the whole movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
and apparently it was after his accident and all. So I think I've read a little bit behind the scenes that he was very nervous to do it, to the point where he almost backed out of it. And yeah, but he did it, and I hope he got nominated, and probably not, because the fucking world is bullshit. But maybe he even won. Who knows? Let's look. Let's see. It was.
He didn't get them.
Spencer. They both. Thank God, at least once in a while, the Academy gets it right. Both Judy Garland and Montgomery Clift were both nominated for their roles.
They didn't win though, right?
No, it was there. Everyone was nominated except Maxwell Schell.
Oh.
He won for the best actor in the leading role. But Spencer Tracy was also nominated for best actor for that movie, and he lost out to his co-star.
I see.
It's directed by the great Stanley Kramer.
Stanley Kramer, yeah.
Now, another movie that I want to talk about real quick is Inherit the Wind.
Yes.
Yuki, Jesus.
George C. Scott?
That's right. And what's his name? No, not George C. Scott. Kirk Douglas. Oh, no, I'm looking at the remake. Wait a second. Hold on. Yeah, it's what do you call it again? Yeah, George C. Scott is in the 90s version.
Okay.
There were three versions.
Right?
The original is once again Spencer Tracy.
Oh, Spencer Tracy. Okay.
He's amazing in that movie too. And when he gives that speech about evolution and this and that and the other thing, oh my God. Gene Kelly's in it.
Oh.
He doesn't dance, but he's in it.
Wow.
And yeah, Inherit the Wind, that's another one where I like put it off for many, many, many years. I thought it was going to be boring and this and that, but it's basically just a debate about the argument against a science teacher who that they don't want to teach Darwin's theory of evolution in schools. And they put him on trial. I mean, Jesus Christ, imagine fucking, I think it's from 1925 was the real case. So somebody who was teaching evolution in schools was on trial. And this was also directed by the great Stanley Kramer. So he did two of the best courtroom dramas of all time, Yuki. Jesus Lord.
Wow. Stanley Kramer, huh? Yeah.
And speaking of Stanley Kramer, how about Kramer versus Kramer?
Yes. Oh, that's it's not really a courtroom, but it is.
There's some legal stuff in there, and there's a couple of courtroom scenes. But yeah, I mean, that's also a very harrowing film about real life. I mean, talk about heartbreak.
Right, and then that was what 1970s. You know, it's about the divorce thing. You know, those American couple going through divorce, and then I thought timing was perfect. I mean,
yeah. Yep. Yeah, I don't know how I would have dealt if I was the child of divorce. If my parents, you just recast Kramer versus Kramer with my parents, I would have been fucked up for life. Not that I'm not fucked up, but the stuff in that movie would have fucked me up for the rest of my life. We mentioned The Verdict earlier. What do you think about The Verdict, directed by Sidney Lumet? Another courtroom thing.
I like the ending.
Yes.
Phone ring, and then you know, we're in the movie theater, and then everybody's answer the fucking phone, answer the fucking everybody screaming at the screen, you know.
Oh yes, answer the fucking phone. Yeah. Paul Newman, you fuck. A lot of people cite this screenplay as one of the best ever written. I remember in film school, people were my screenwriting teacher was saying that it's one of the best scripts, and that was partly written by David Mamet.
Oh, David Mamet.
Yeah,
of course. Well, you just saw David Mamet play on Broadway, right?
Yeah, I saw Glenn Ross. It was awesome. It was awesome. I loved it. The only thing was, what's his fucking name? Kieran Culkin. He played Richard Roma in such a beta way. Okay, because like in the original, at least I didn't see the original play, but in the movie, Al Pacino is the alpha male. He's the epitome. He's Richard Roma. He's not a snake. I mean, he's a snake in terms of like trying to convince people to give money so that he can make money or whatever. But Kieran Culkin played it in like the complete opposite way, where he was like the sleaziest one of them all and like a weakling, but just knew how to manipulate people. And I thought it was a really interesting turn to not play it as the alpha. In fact, the alpha was like Bill Burr, who played Ed Harris's role. He was like the fuck. He was like the real Richard Roma type in it. It was a really interesting play.
I missed that Broadway show.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I got my seats. Liz and I went for 80 something dollars. We had good seats in the back, but they needed to give us a booster because we couldn't see over people's heads. But it was worth it. It was worth it.
Right.
All right, a couple of more, and then we'll wrap up. But these aren't dramas, Yuki, because not only do they have courtroom dramas, they have courtroom comedies, and two of the best. You got Liar Liar with Jim Carrey. And you got My Cousin Vinny with Joe Pesci.
My Cousin Vinny, yes.
That is a classic. I mean, a classic fucking movie. When he comes in a lion tamer's outfit.
Marissa Tomei got the Oscar for that.
Yeah, she was so fucking awesome that she got the Oscar. And I remember people that year were like upset, like, oh, it's a comedy. So what if it's a comedy? She was the best fucking actress or the best supporting actress. It doesn't matter if she's a comedy, horror, whatever. Give it to her. She did a great goddamn job in that movie.
Yeah, I loved it. So funny, her knowledge about the car.
Yeah, she knows more about cars than anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that shit.
She's a hairstylist, but she's a mechanic. Right? I mean, that's the situation is already funny.
Exactly, and he's great in it. I mean, coming off of his success in Goodfellas and his Oscar win, he does this like really fucking great comedy where he's just and then you got Herman Munster as the judge. He's awesome in it.
Yeah. I always funny is when the Ralph Macchio was in the police station, then police officer says, "So what point you shot the clock?" And then he goes, "I shot the clock." But the way he said it, like I shot the clock. He repeated it. But the police officer meant you shot the crack. So I shot the crack.
Yeah. And so then he takes that out of context.
That comic, way discussing it. That's so funny. I mean, every time I see it, I just cracking up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of those infinitely rewatchable movies. I can watch My Cousin Vinny 100 times and never get bored of it.
Right.
All right. Any other thoughts on courtroom dramas or any other courtroom dramas that we missed?
I have to. Anatomy of Murder. That's the James Stewart.
And you know what?
And then
that is a hole in my movie watching repertoire. I have still never seen Anatomy of a Murder, directed by Otto Preminger. Yeah, I don't know why I think the reason why I've never watched it is because it's like 3 hours long. But as proven by many other movie watching experiences where I avoid something for so long because it's a long movie, I'm wrong. I should fucking just sit down, bite the bullet on a Sunday afternoon and watch it.
Right, and then you don't feel like it's 3 hours, so yeah.
Right. I mean, apparently it's one of the best movies in the top AFI's, whatever. So yes, that's something I really have to rectify very soon because I also love Jimmy Stewart.
Oh.
So.
And then two more classic. In Cold Blood.
Oh, In Cold Blood. Yuki, how did I fucking not mention? I love In Cold Blood.
And then Comparison.
What?
Comparison.
What's this one?
It's a college student. I don't really remember, but college student killed some gay guy. And then, those goes on trial.
How long ago was this? Is this new or modern or is it older?
50 or 60.
So that long ago they were having gay rights sort of movie?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay. I'll check that out. Comparison. I've never even heard of it. Is there anybody in it?
Harry Dean Stanton.
Harry Dean Stanton?
Yeah.
You sold. Does he play the lawyer or what does he play?
No, he played the college kid.
Holy shit. Wow, I've not heard of this. This is amazing. All right, that's two. I got to watch Anatomy of a Murder and Comparison.
Yes.
And then one more I'll mention that was modern, that was recent, that I found was really captivating was Anatomy of a Fall.
The French movie, a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah, what a well-written film. Because you could watch that movie, or I could watch that movie, and each time I watch it, I would just make a different decision as to what I felt.
Right.
If they were guilty or innocent.
Or you're not guilty, right? I mean, it's really, it's an interesting movie to watch because every time, you have to think, ooh, every time I see it, I feel I think a different way.
And that's a masterstroke of screenwriting because it's not often that you could make it so nebulous as to whether or not there was negligence or guilt or yeah, what a fucking way to write something. I wish I could understand the secret of what that they did. I mean, it's so hard to do. So you're saying Harry, I can't find this movie Comparison.
No comparison.
Well, I'll just look up Harry Dean Stanton and I'll add it to my list. Sick. All right. Well, that was Courtroom Dramas, Yuki and John's.
Yeah, I need to mention a couple more.
Oh, there's more. All right. Keep going. Keep going.
The Clint Eastwood last movie, Juror Number 2.
Juror Number 2. I enjoyed that very much.
Yeah. And then Francis Ford Coppola, The Rainmaker.
Oh, The Rainmaker. That's right. That was another John Grisham.
Right. And then John Frankenheimer made a movie called The Young Savage. That's a courtroom drama. Burt Lancaster and then Shelley Winters.
Holy shit. See, that's another one I haven't seen. And I love John Frankenheimer, Burt Lancaster, and Shelley Winters.
Right. This is another twist in the ending.
The Savages?
The Young Savages.
The Young Savages. Okay, I'm adding that to the list too.
Yes.
Jesus, Yuki, you're teaching me so much today.
Well, we have courtroom drama, right? And then of course, it's new one, like a Lincoln Lawyer, social drama, Dark Waters.
Oh, my fucking father keeps harassing me to watch The Lincoln Lawyer. You're talking about the show or the movie?
Movie. The both. I mean, they made a TV series. And
he is obsessed with The Lincoln Lawyer. He says it's amazing. The show. Maybe we should watch it.
Yeah, I should watch it. But the movie is Matthew McConaughey.
Another Matthew McConaughey, John Grisham team up. I love that too. Yeah, that was a good one. Those John Grisham 90s movies are so solid and just like
right. But again, he writes too much. So then towards the end, same. I mean,
yeah, a lot of them do end up in similar territory, but how much different can you make when it all ends up in a court? It's just like sometimes you just got to have the facts different. What didn't he do another movie with
Client?
The Client, that was it. Where she, I think it's Susan Sarandon.
Sarandon, yeah.
She's like taking Brad Renfro on the run because he's like a fucking
right.
He some murder or something.
Right, yeah.
That was a good one too.
Tommy Lee Jones.
That's right. Okay, so we're the last one that I'll mention is over the top, but in the best way possible, and Justice for All. Al Pacino.
Right.
You're out of order. I'm out of order. This whole court is out of order. That whole scene, it's so fucking amazing. That's like the last time that Al Pacino, he like certain scenes he shows restraint and then he just goes wild. he just explodes. And then he said, "Oh, if I just yell, people get a great reaction."
Have you seen, do you remember the Star Chamber?
That's another one that's on my list that I've had for so long. That's Michael Douglas, right?
Right.
I have had that movie on my list for so long, and it's never streaming anywhere. again, I should just, and it's not that I think it's boring. It looks great. I just never bite the bullet. I'm just going to rent it. Fuck it. Did you like it, or is it not worth it?
No, you like it. I mean, I liked it.
You think I'm a movie slut. That's why you think I'll like it. You called me a movie whore last time. Whore. Yeah. You fuck.
I liked it, so yeah.
Okay, I will watch that too. All right, Yuki. Anything else? Any more surprises?
There's one movie I like, The Whole Truth. Keanu Reeves and then Renee Zellweger.
I haven't even heard of this. Renee Zellweger and Keanu Reeves. Is it a comedy or a romantic comedy?
No, yes, but what I don't like is I can't say because there is a twist in the ending. But Keanu Reeves is the defending attorney, and then Zellweger, his son, is accused of killing of father.
Okay. And then there's a reason why. There's a whole thing. Oh, the devil's advocate. Speaking of Keanu Reeves, we didn't even talk about
and then Al Pacino, huh?
More Al Pacino, more Keanu Reeves, the devil. I don't know how much they spend in the court there. There's some scenes in the court, but there's a lot outside.
I didn't like that movie because it's like too much supernatural in it. And then, it's not kind of my thing, so.
Yeah, you don't like the devil, Yuki, right? No, you don't like the devil. even if Pacino's playing the devil, you don't like it.
No, I don't like it.
All right, well, that was Courtroom Dramas by Yuki and John.
Yes.
All right, well, we just want to thank everybody again for supporting us and rating us, reviewing us, listening to us, saying hello, goodbye, giving us topic suggestions.
And then Courtroom is always interesting, and then especially if they have a twist.
Yeah, we like twists. Courtroom Dramas with twist endings is the flavor of the month at the Yuki and John's Patreon buffet. So check some of these out if you haven't seen them. I have some homework to do. Yuki has told me and reminded me of movies that I've been waiting for many years, and I just never checked them out.
Okay.
All right, so if you want to get a model set from Yuki Nakamura, he could make you a model set. You look him up.
A courtroom.
He can make you a courtroom. He could reenact my jury duty scene for you at yukinorinakamura at AOL.com. And check us out at the Patreon buffet, the podcast buffet. Who knows? Soon coming up, we might even have something called the interview buffet, where, Yuki, I shot some questions that you asked people. It's it's Spooky Yuki Scary Questionnaire.
Oh, okay.
You don't even remember.
No.
He doesn't even fucking remember. He spent a half hour on it. He doesn't remember. But they have lots of things coming up at the buffet. We're very happy that everybody joins us. And Yuki, what's the final word of the day?
Watching a courtroom drama is good, but you can't be really the person to be in the courtroom. So just to avoid that. Yeah.
Words of wisdom. Watch courtroom dramas. Don't be a part of a courtroom drama. Words of wisdom from Yuki Nakamura. All right, we'll see you next time at
Buffet.
Yuki and John's Patreon buffet.